And the final question is, the Springfield Journal-Register recently reported that Bill Brady, who's a candidate for governor, as we all know, was intrigued by the idea of a right-to-work state. What's your stance on the Illinois collective bargaining law that allows employers the ability to negotiate a contract with their employer?
Well, as I stated from the very beginning, my campaign is filled with grassroots hard work, but most importantly, it's filled with common sense. And I agree, we have to take a common sense approach to this. We have to, as I said earlier, bring everyone that needs a seat at the table together to discuss these important issues and decide how we're going to be able to sustain and keep the funds viable that we have. The state of Illinois has 5 different pension funds. Each one of those pension funds have employees contributing a different amount. We may need to look at that to maybe equalize those 5 different pension funds so that they can remain viable. But again, and I want to stress, when we look at any of these issues, everyone that needs to have a seat at the table needs to be present so that we can work together and come up with some common sense solutions to protect those of current employees. Thank you.
Well, to me, this is not a 50-50 question. I do not support right-to-work legislation. I'm concerned about Senator Brady's comments. I'm concerned about anybody who would run for governor and say that maybe we need to repeal laws in the state of Illinois. It's those labor protection laws that have built our state and have built our middle class. It's those labor protection laws that helped my father as a factory worker be able to provide for our family, allowed me to go to Bradley University and take Dr. Hall's classes in political science, and those labor protections built the middle class. And I'm concerned as we see so much corporate greed today and more of a desire to increase that bottom line to help pad executive salaries and not a concern about the people who help build that company and help make that company strong. There's no one who's more concerned about a company making a profit than the workers for that company. And when we look always to the bottom line and look to getting cheaper labor, we get less quality, we get less commitment to the product, and I truly believe it's one of the problems that's plaguing our economy in this country. So I am proud and unashamed to say that I support the labor laws that we have in this state. They've what has made this state great. We do need to work together, labor and management, to ensure that we continue to be a strong and viable manufacturing state and a place where people do want to do business and a place where people want to live, to work, and to raise a family. Thank you.
Well, I again want to thank everyone for coming this morning and giving us a chance for this discourse and dialogue. I feel a little bit bad for Chris and John there at the end. They had their 2 minutes at the beginning, and here we are. So I appreciate the League of Women Voters again for giving us this opportunity. I realize that many of you here this morning may not live in the 91st District. I, of course, ask all of you that do live in the 91st District for your vote. But for those of you that don't, I ask for your word of mouth. Word of mouth in this election is extremely powerful. I'm a guy that's very proud of who I am. I'm proud of my upbringing. I'm proud of my morals and values and principles. And what you get with me is someone that is someone with no preconceived notions. I'm not beholden to anybody. I'm truly in this race for all the right reasons. It's filled with grassroots hard work and common sense. And what you get with me is someone that is going to return phone calls. You're going to get someone that's going to listen to all sides of the issues. You're going to get someone that's going to educate himself on all of the issues and bring people together and learn the issues and then apply those morals and values and principles and do in my heart what I feel is best for the district, best for the people of the 91st District that put me there to represent them. I want to represent everyone. The title of this position that I'm running for is called representative. I understand the definition of the word representative. And to me, it's more important to do all those things that I just talked about, Those are more important than what letters someone has after their names, which is precisely why I'm reaching out to everyone in this election. I want to be a representative to everyone in the 91st District, and I ask for your vote. Thank you again very much.
Well, again, let me say thank you for the opportunity to be here, and thank you to all of you for sitting so patiently this morning. It has been my honor to serve the 91st District in the Illinois House. I'm very proud of my record over the years. I'm very humbled by the support that I have received in the past elections. I think I'm not a glitzy politician. I didn't get in politics to have a big career, to do things for my personal resume. I got into politics because I care about our community. I care about the community of Canton where I lived. I was very active as a young person in our community. I care about Central Illinois. I care about our state and about our future. And I believe that one person can make a difference, and collectively we can make a big difference. That's why I'm involved. That's why I run for office. I truly believe that our best days are ahead of us, and out of crisis comes great opportunity. These are difficult times, and they demand strong, experienced, common sense leadership, and I believe that I offer that to the residents of the 91st District. I pride myself on the accessibility that I have had throughout my district, and pride myself also on my honesty. I've cast difficult votes, taken difficult positions, but I've never run or shirked from those positions, and am always willing to talk to the constituents of my district, to explain my votes, to listen to them, and to take their views back to Springfield. That is what the job is all about. That's why I run for this office. That's why I enjoy serving the citizens of the 91st District. And as I said, I do believe our best days are ahead of us. We can overcome the current crises that face this state. We can put Illinois back as a leader again, both in terms of jobs and education, and in terms of public trust and confidence. I think that's so very important, and I know that's a big part of what the League of Women Voters are about. And I thank you for the work that you do as well. Thank you.
Judges matter. You need good judges in your community. We need to pay more attention to who we select for judge. Judges do have a significant impact. In my courtroom, I hold people accountable. That's what I do. I'm born and raised here, graduate of Franklin and Central and Southern Illinois University. In my opinion, it is important that your next judge have extensive trial experience in both types of law. You do not want him walking into a courtroom and not knowing how things work in that courtroom, in half of the courtrooms. So, go to our websites, look at our reading materials, make your decisions, and vote for whoever you feel is most qualified. Thank you.
In this race, I'm up against John Vespa's last name. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows the Vespa name because his brother's been a judge for 18 years. He's been a good judge. My challenge is to get people to pay attention to us, John Vespa and Chris Spanos. My job is to get people to pay attention to our qualifications, to where we come from. John points out the number of years, and he points out the fact that he's been in 2 courtrooms, civil and criminal. I point out the fact that what I have done well. I hope that people will look at not how long you've done it, not what you've done, but how well you've done it. And you say, well, how are we supposed to know? Well, it's a very difficult thing in a judicial race. One of the ways is to look at the poll of our peers. What do our peers say about us? 81% of our peers said that I'm recommended for the job. 55% said John. John is not recommended in that poll. I am. Now, that sounds like negative, and I don't like it. I don't like the negative campaigning. But the reality is what do you want in a judge? Do you want competence? Do you want someone who their peers trust to do a good job? If that's what you're looking for in a judicial candidate, I believe that I'm the candidate that you're looking for. It's hard to stand up here and talk negative. I don't like it. It's one of the hardest things I've had to learn to do over the last 12 months is stand up and talk about me. It's easy for me to stand up and talk about any one of you in front of thousands of people. That doesn't scare me at all. Put 10 people in front of me and have me talk about myself, it's very difficult. Over the last 12 months, I've gotten a little better at it. What I ask is that you look at the candidates. You look at the people, not the names. You look at the achievements of the people. You want a judge who's going to be knowledgeable about the law, who's going to treat everybody fairly, who's going to have good common sense. If you look at our academic achievements, you look at the recommendations of our peers, I'm confident that you'll vote for the right person. Thank you very much.